Yet another sign that the campaign is really not going well is new reporting that Donald Trump is regularly calling Kamala Harris a bitch. Now, this comes in sharp contrast to recent suggestions from a whole bunch of Fox News hosts, Republican advisors, Trump's former advisor, Kellyanne Conway, Trump's former press secretary, Kayleigh McEnany. Trump needs to get off of the insults. He needs to get off of the DEI, didn't pass the bar exam, became black, is dumb approach to this election, and really go with something different, like something substantive. And then we get this reporting from Axios that Trump behind the scenes is regularly referring to Kamala Harris as a bitch. Former President Trump has been in a foul mood the past few weeks and has repeatedly called Vice President Harris a bitch in private, as reported by Maggie Haberman and Jonathan Swan. Why it matters. Axios has written extensively about this as the girls versus boys election, with Democrats crushing the women's vote. Trump advisors privately concede his misogynistic language is deeply problematic and something they worry he'll unload in a public debate to his detriment. Trump said about Harris on Wednesday in a phone interview, "I heard she's sort of a nasty person." At a Mar-a-Lago news conference, he said she's not smart enough to do a news conference. But it's important to remember that we actually have Trump on video calling her a bitch. This was before she became the presumptive Democratic nominee. This video of Trump in a golf cart was taken shortly after the June 27th debate against Joe Biden. And in this, it's a little bit hard to hear because Trump kind of faces away from the camera when he says it. But he refers to her, I believe, as an effing bitch here. Let's take a listen.
How did I do with the debate the other night?
Oh, fantastic.
He kicked that old broken down pile of crap.
Yeah.
It's a bad guy. He just quit, He's quitting the race.
Is that right?
Yep, I got him out of the race. And that means we have Kamala. I think she's going to be better. She's so bad. She's so pathetic.
It's so amazing.
It's just so fucking bad. So
I just
There
can't
it is.
imagine.
She's an effing bitch. There it is. So listen, this is more representative. I don't think it's news to anybody in my audience, if you paid attention to the 2016 presidential election, that this guy does seem to have a problem with the mere idea that the country might choose a woman over Trump. There's some base layer on which Trump that's infuriating to him. It's inconceivable to him. How could this happen? How could anyone do that? But it does seem to be going deeper this time because the polling keeps shifting away from Trump, which we will look at in a moment. The media coverage in terms of things like rally crowds, which really trigger Donald Trump, on a factual level, it's not going particularly well for him. So all of these different things seem to be angering him even more. And that's where we end up with him referring to her in this way. Now, what I think has been very astutely done so far by Harris Walls is they're not stooping to the same level. They're joking, sure. Tim Walz recently saying, we've had these great crowds and nobody cares about crowd sizes anyway, right? I mean, they're referencing Trump's obsession with crowd size, but they're not going after him in the same way. When Kamala does her routine now, where she talks about, I know people like Donald Trump. I've been a prosecutor. I went after con men and assaulters and whatever. She is not hurling ad hominems. She is sticking to what courts, criminal and civil, have found about Donald Trump and engaging the audience in a sort of clever way. So this is sending him for a loop in a serious way. And my expectation is that if things don't turn around for him in the polling, if media coverage doesn't turn around, if the fundraising doesn't pick up, there's going to be significantly more of this. And that gets us to, what are the latest numbers? They're extraordinary. So I want to talk about that a little bit. You can't vapor smoke inside. You're tired of people seeing you put those little pouches in your lip. There is a nicotine alternative that people won't notice. Zippix nicotine toothpicks. Our sponsor Zippix makes the only nicotine toothpick on the planet that is FDA registered. You can use it anywhere, work, restaurants, airplanes, sporting events, after a meal. The toothpicks stay in a convenient little tube that goes in your pocket or on your keychain. It's way more convenient than carrying around a huge can of pouches all day or a whole bunch of gum or whatever the case may be. Zippix nicotine toothpicks come in flavors like peppermint watermelon, sweet wood, cinnamon, whiskey. If you're not a nicotine user, try out their B12 toothpicks with caffeine instead, a quick and easy alternative to coffee. Do your lungs a favor, cut the cigarette smoke, cut the vape juice. Go to zippixtoothpicks.com today. Save 10% with the code PACMAN10 at checkout. Just remember, you must be 21 or older to order. The link is down below.